Let's think about scenario-specific ministry planning as it relates to our credit and collections, our account receivables process. Another 2x2 that can be helpful is to think through this customer scenario matrix. There's the question when you're dealing with customers of, are they willing? This is essentially, do we have a goodwill customer that wants to do the right thing, is trying to close the balance here? But then there's the question of ability. So willing and able are two different factors. Capacity to pay the bill and their desire, their positive relationship and goodwill nature to do something about it. These are very different contexts. And let's think about brainstorming ministry opportunities that each of these scenarios represents. Now, in the case where you've got a willing customer that's got the capacity to pay, and the bill got lost in the mail, there's a process to explain it, and they are going to make it whole. Well, this is easy. This is where you get to nurture, you get to celebrate, you may have opportunities to recommunicate your mission, vision, values to that customer and help explain why closing this process is so consistently key to your core values and how it reinforces the overall virtuosity of your mission. But then you got the scenarios where someone's really willing, but they're not able. Maybe there's a crisis. There's been a devastating impact in their community, their family, their business. And so this is not an attitude issue or a heart issue. This is a genuine capacity. Well, what are the opportunities to do ministry there? There can be the opportunity to ask, are there opportunities we have to join you in prayer? Hey, how could I share your scenarios with our caring team? Maybe there's a chance to go, hey, we have a disaster fund to help with people in need. Is this a scenario where we need to tap into that? Maybe there's been a tragedy and you know that there's an organizational distraction going where you even offered to say, I'm going to send my chaplain. Could I have my chaplain come visit your team? Come pray with you? Come be part of that grief scenario or navigate the anxiety and distress that's factoring your business. Let's brainstorm as a team based upon the customer types you have and the scenarios you've experienced historically where you've got a willing customer who's just not able to pay. What are the ways that we could engage in ministry to show the love of Jesus and care for people in the context of dealing with closing an account receivable balance? Now, you've also got the scenario that's a little more tricky where they're not willing or able. Okay, this person doesn't have the resources, and that's not really the root issue, but it's also an issue. Well, you can be thinking about how do we do collections? Do we have an agency, a process that's got dignity and ethics and core values built into the very way they're going to engage people? Because we still want to communicate our mission, vision, values in the way we go about it. Maybe there's a chance to share the gospel. You've got nothing to lose. If they're not paying anyway and we're losing our window of opportunity, maybe this is a chance to share a Pocket Testament League's Gospel of John with a little memo about why it grieves you, but that you are a person who's a beneficiary of forgiveness and grace and would love to see this relationship restored. And if the moment they re-engage the process, want to work towards that. Maybe there's a chance to have a personal testimony. Maybe there's a chance to kind of, again, bring back the humanity into the process and try to restore that relationship and speak to the fact to get the willing factor up as we try to nurture back towards ability. Then there's the case of there is ability, there's just not willingness. This isn't a crisis situation. This is intentional avoidance, or this is a stalemating dynamic. Well, you obviously want to go back and be looking at things like, okay, let's check our references. Is this a character thing or is this a customer service issue on our part? You want to bring humanity in. How do we get a chance to show our why? That this incomplete process is actually hindering our mission, our vision, our values, our caring team agendas in the community, in the world, how this grieves our heart because of how we care about them, and this is going to damage our ability to keep having relationship. But all these different scenarios have different realities, and as a team be thinking, what's the way we can inject that, the way we inquire, the way we close the gap, the way we come alongside, the way we help connect the dots to make this a business as a ministry encounter for the person on the other side of that process, just as much as it is for our team, a reality. We have a chance to do business as a ministry, even in the most difficult of conversations and difficult of processes. And let's brainstorm for each of these different scenarios, what would make sense and how could our team, how could our business do ministry in these situations?